You know, and I know, and they know, cause we know, we go all in, you know, and I know, they know, cause we know, we go all in.
Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to the newest edition of What You've Been Missing. Whoa, you really been missing. I've been missing it too, man. Shout out to the underdog. Heffle up. You are now listening to the All Dressed Up Podcast, episode 102 in the building. Heffle up. Tell them how you feel, man. Tell them
Hey, man. It's been a long time, man. We back. What episode is this first and foremost, man?
1738.
God damn it. It's 1738. I ain't see no Remy in sight. Where's Sean Bay at, man? We talking about
what I need in my life. Where is Sean Bay?
Hey, man, I love the title. First and foremost, K Dizzle, man. Welcome back.
What's up? Welcome back.
I miss you, bro. It's fitting. You know, neither one of us got the All Dressed Up podcast fitted on a day. You felt a little eaglish. You put on your tee. I got my Wizards hat on. You know, we feeling our teams today, man, because it's the off season.
It is. It's halftime, baby. It's the off season. You're absolutely right, man.
I like how you called this episode halftime 2024, man. So what's good?
A lot has transpired. A hell of a lot has transpired. Let me flip this back. Shout out to one.
Drinking a ginger ale, man. We're not getting fried tonight. We're gonna talk business. We're gonna talk business tonight.
Come on, Cameron. Get right. Get right, Cameron. Jesus. I know I'm looking all greasy tonight, but go on. Hold on.
Hey, those are greasy balls. Half Streams is pale over here, got the light, but you know what? We back, man. We in the saddle. We're talking about everything, man.
Look, slow down. Okay. We gotta recap the birthday talk, man. Somebody over here got older. How much older did you get, my friend?
Man, can y'all believe your boy Young Hef, man, is 38 years old? Shout out to the Kansas season.
Shout out to 1738. Look, you're gonna have to take that Young out to Hef in a minute, Brian guy.
That's why we went to Hef Streams, man. You know, Young Hef was rocking. We have streams, man. But you know, I really want to say thank you for letting me have my time. My baby took me out. What's up, Erica? We gonna have a good show when Erica stopped. Happy birthday, Carter.
Happy birthday,
Big 10.
Carter.
We talking about birthdays, man. Carter's 10 years old. Erica's been one of our most favorite loyal viewers of the All Dressed Up podcast since day one. So shout out to Erica.
Triple OG is in
yeah, so look, so we, you know, my baby said, look, I got a surprise for you. I don't want to hear shit all week. She said, don't mess up your surprise. We gonna have a good birthday. I said, that's what's up. And she came through like she always did. Mm-hmm. She got a nice boat / yacht rented out down at the National Harbor. Of course, Erica, we love you. And you know, got a couple or two, try to get a couple or two together, but it was, you know, Saturday, you were working, a lot of people were working, a lot of my acquaintances work on Saturdays, but you know, me and my man Carl and you know, his folks and my baby, we took a boat around the Potomac, man. We had a great time, you know, put some Bally in the air. What it do, Big Rollin'? Put some Bally in the air, you know, had some nice beverages. And you know, by the time that boat dock Hef Streams was good and lit. This was on IG.
Saucy.
You know,
big rolling in the building. Shout out to Rolling.
I love you, Shanae. Shanae be coming through shortly. She putting baby over the bed, man. But I love you.
Shadow boxer extraordinaire. Rolling Linens in the building, man. Hey, look. We had a lot going on. We had a lot going on. Shout out to the fathers, man. Happy belated Father's Day.
Talk about Father's Day. We're not even going to skip over that. Let's talk.
We're not going to skip over that. How are we going to do that? We said on the last episode, Father's Day is always forgotten, and Mother's Day is always celebrated. Okay. I ain't going to say forgotten. Pause. We're going to take that back. It's just less. It's the lesser of both greats. We always get the short end of the stick when it comes to Father's Day.
Why is that, man? Why fathers put on this pedestal or whatever the opposite of a pedestal is. And then all of a sudden, when Father's Day does come, it's like fuck them motherfuckers.
No,
Why is that?
ain't nobody say all that, man.
I
We
said
just
it.
say we don't get put on. Ain't no pedestal to be put
No,
on.
the opposite of a
The
pedestal.
ladies get put on the pedestal. The fellas get put on the grill, back on the grill, back on the grill. So, we just you already know what it is, man. We are celebrated to a certain extent. We don't mind. We want the same thing the women want. It's just a day off, just by ourselves to relax and chill. Most of us do, and all the mothers will tell you too.
Ladies,
All
man.
just want a day off by themselves to chill without having around no kids and no nothing else going on, just doing their own thing. But look, it was great. Mine was cool. I know yours was cool too. Fatherhood is great, and the soon to be mothers and fathers, shout out to y'all, doing y'all thing, talking dirty after dark, and making babies and putting more humans in this world. I'm glad you had a good time. Um,
How
let's.
was your Father's Day, man? Because you
It was
got
good.
you got four baby girls, a lovely wife. You a OG daddy, man. What you do?
I worked.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man.
I went to
That's
work.
unacceptable,
I went to
man.
work. Acceptable to me. We's cool. We's cool. We'll figure it out later. Look. All right, so let's you gotta good to have you back too. Shout out to Enough Sets in the building. Hey,
Oh,
your
it's gonna be
time
a
is
good night.
coming. Your time is coming hot and heavy. We only a few weeks out from football season. See
Hey,
that
I
sound?
can't wait to have enough said back on the show
See
because I
that
got
sound?
something for y'all Eagles fans, man.
Oh, here we
I
go.
got something for
We're not
y'all
doing that
Eagles
right now.
fans. I'll
Slow
wait.
down.
I'll wait. You keep on
Slow
putting
down.
the stop sign up. I'll slow down, kid.
Dude, slow down, okay? The Celtics win, the NBA loses. Everybody's everybody's in the uproar of the nepotism that Bronny gets drafted by the Lakers to play with his
Time out.
dad.
Time out.
Why?
Time out. Before we go into Bronny, pause. Are we going in order or are we freestyling tonight? Because there's so many things to talk about. People still coming through the chat. Obviously, if you come through, put the number up. You guys can chime in. We'll pull you in live. Y'all can rap with us. We're gonna talk about LeBron, like you said, Bronny. I got some stuff that I don't want to forget, man. So go ahead, K Dizzle. Let me
No,
know
no,
if
no,
I'm
no,
going
no,
a
no,
little
no, no,
long.
no. Go ahead. I'm just starting to set it off, asking the questions, man. We can go where you want to go. I'm cool.
All right. You went ahead and brought out Bronny, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and rock. Let's go ahead and talk about if you've
No,
been under a rock, the landmark. The landmark, we talking about Father's Day, so that was a good segue because LeBron James has pulled off the most miraculous strong arm on the Los Angeles Lakers franchise that I've ever seen in my life, man. So
you think it's a
off the
strong
court,
arm, really?
oh, absolutely. Off the court, LeBron James, I mean, when it comes to making those comparisons to Michael Jordan, there's no comparison off the court when it comes to LeBron. I mean, the image that he's portrayed over these 20 years, man. I was telling Shanae last night, it's commendable, man. Like he's firstly like the biggest role model I've probably ever seen in sports with the things he's done on and off the court.
Mhm.
So if this really works out to where LeBron and Bronny can be on the same court at the same time, man, this is it's history, man. It's crazy.
How much time they got? It's like King Griffey Jr. and King Griffey Sr. How much time we got for real? For real?
I mean, realistically, 2, 3 years.
2, 3 years.
But the
Okay.
Lakers let it rock as long as they keep making cashing out. It's LA. It's Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? It's the Lakers franchise. And how else can they keep LeBron close? Draft Bronny.
Is JJ Redick just a statue, a placeholder?
Yeah, absolutely. JJ Redick is just an extension of LeBron James. Right now, the Lakers and Jeannie Buss are obviously doing anything they can to keep LeBron happy. They're not
Mhm.
interested in doing anything else. They have, the last legendary, phenomenon that there is getting ready to walk out, doing his last hurrah with his kids, man. So why not do it in LA? A lot of new a lot of new basketball players are
Mhm.
stepping up, and you can see that torch being passed. So the Lakers know what they're doing. They taking the Larag, like enough says the fraud. They taking that Larag and they ringing them dry, bro. Oh,
The Larag. I just don't, I'm not mad at him. It's historic. One, for you to be able to play with your son who has watched you play this game and you watched him grow up to following your footsteps and you guys play together. It's every dad's dream come true. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And, whether you own a business, you start a business, and you build it for your kids to run and create generational wealth so they can take it to the next step. People getting mad at it. People getting mad at it for no reason at all. They act like nepotism or hasn't never happened before. I
Well, you
mean,
know what?
every
Let's
business you know of, Donald Trump is a prime example. I don't want to get into politics, but he's a prime example of nepotism. His dad made all the money and he just, did what he did with it, whether it was good or bad, happy or sad. And so, um, yeah, I'm excited for it, man. It's cool to see. I don't know if they have the real contenders. Are
I
they
don't
real
even care,
contenders?
bro. I don't honestly care those at this point. I don't care. I'm gonna bask in the glory and the celebration of what LeBron was able to pull off. You know, the NBA has been, I would say, really forming to be a players' league. It's probably the closest league to a players' league out of all the other leagues that you watch. Like the NFL, those players don't really get to control anything
What up, P?
when it comes to them moving around. And we're gonna talk about Brandon Ayuk because that man's been in social media
Oh,
bleeding for a trade.
hold on, you jumping. Hold
That's
on.
what that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
before we even go there, like you can see the difference in the sport. Like the NBA, is starting to realize it's a players' league. Twitter and social media really changed. Like I said before, the NBA itself, like the players are profiled a lot more. Even with this NBA draft, man, like I was watching this kid, I think his name's Jalen McCain. He got drafted to Philly, and he's already promoting the fingernail polish and the TikTok dancing. And I was like, Shanae, I like my NBA masculine. Pause. Like I don't want to be, and I'm all open for everybody, and like everything's cool with me. But when I watch the NBA, like I want to see some toughness, some physicality. And I'm not saying you can't be tough painting your nails, but all that TikTok dancing and shit, we're gonna talk about because I
Kind of
saw
real
you.
old right now.
I know.
Kind of
I
real
saw
old
your
right now.
topics, but that's one of my first touches on one of your questions for later about getting old. I'm that old man saying get off my lawn when it comes to watching people get drafted in the NBA doing TikTok dance.
But so
I'm
the
not saying you
NBA.
can't celebrate. I'm not saying that that's not the way that they do things. Speaking of the young 20-year-old kids, but you getting drafted to the league. You
Mhm.
over there pop locking on TikTok, man. That's just how the league is, man.
So
But
let me ask you this. I think the NBA has a problem. I don't know if it's diluted. The fan base is loyal, but it's not pulling anything. It's for me. I'll be honest with you. It's not exciting. It's not exciting, and it's not really like pulling me in. Like really want to watch. I watch basketball when the playoffs come around,
yeah,
when the finals come. That's the only time I'll lock in. Everything else, I don't really care about because one, my Wizards are trash.
yeah.
We got some new players. We'll see how life goes from there. But it has that. I don't know. It has that issue. That's why I said Celtics when NBA loses. Celtics were the boringest team in the league. They just win. They just, they're kind
Tatum,
of like they
Tatum is
not
boring as fuck.
improving.
Tatum's boring as hell. I don't care if you say I'm
Yeah.
hating or not. They're just boring. Like nobody enjoyed that championship.
No,
We
nobody.
watched Jason Tatum say like 4 or 5 other people's sayings when they won their championships all around the internet. So he don't even have his own celebratory dancer or saying of his own from his personality. So Savage says, ask Hef what he thinks the difference is when sports stars of our day would do commercials or funny promos. It's different because, a commercial or a funny promo, you're getting paid,
Mhm.
and with TikTok, I can see if you're trying to start a brand and if that's what he wants to do, that's great. I'm not knocking him. If he wants to go get endorsements, do, his dances on TikTok, so maybe even just create a brand for himself, that's cool. But let's talk about this though, Savage. He ain't played a game yet. I referred to a rookie. I didn't refer to an NBA star. I'm talking about rookies, not sports stars. So when you ask a question, listen to what I say, damn it. I'm just playing with you.
Oh, you,
I love you,
well,
Savage.
you,
But no, but seriously though, like
I got a relationship, so we
of
gonna let
course.
that slide.
But
But
I'm talking about rookies though, K Dizzle, not
yeah,
superstars to make it clear. I don't care what the stars are doing. But if you're just getting drafted coming into Philly, let's talk
mhm,
about it. The Philadelphia sports crowd fan base is no joke.
no,
So if
very
I
true.
see you doing these dances on draft night, pop locking and TikToking with fingernail polish. You better come in that backcourt and play with Tyrese Maxey and ball out. Because as soon as you don't, they're gonna be TikToking on his head. I'm telling you, Philly plays no games, and you know that.
Not at all. They give everybody that work. They don't care if you've been there first. They don't care if you won championships or anything.
They
They're
don't
gonna
care
give
if
you
you
that
Santa
work.
Claus.
They are your absolute accountability partner. You say you want to lose weight, get that pizza out your hand, bro. They ain't playing with you. But here's the thing. I'm sure I can find a promo from AI rookie year.
I bet
Absolutely.
you AI wasn't pop locking with fingernail polish either.
AI was balling. AI was,
Exactly.
AI was balling.
Yeah.
He came out the gate balling. He picked up like he left, like he was still playing in Georgetown on them streets and changed the game.
I hope
So
people hearing the soundbite doesn't take it out of context. Like I'm hating on the kid for being expressing himself, and
we're
he's
still
got
late playing it now. We're
he's
gonna
got
take that
social
specific clip and put that out there.
yeah, but he's got social media now. AI didn't have social media, so
Very
we
true.
can't say anything about the. I guess it's not parallel, but just looking at what these young boys are doing before they even get into the league, they just gotta be careful,
So what can the NBA do to be more fun, to be more relevant? We talk about practice.
man.
What can they do to bring more?
Well, right now, college basketball is over.
Correct.
That's another factor that we got to talk about. Nobody knew anybody who got drafted 2 nights ago to the NBA.
Well, here's the other thing too. It was the NBA draft, and then it was
And
the NHL draft. I ain't know none of these dudes from either one, and I didn't care not one bit about it. So it's just like, what can they do to be more relevant, to put more people in?
they're going to have to really focus on creating some type of league where we can see more Europeans play from an earlier position. I don't think that it's good for the NBA's market to drop these European players on Americans on draft night.
Hmm.
Like they're showing up on draft night, getting picked first and second, and you like, who the fuck is this dude? And
Exactly.
that's a problem. That's a problem for an
Exactly.
NBA draft. When you got people on stage in the draft room and you can't pick any of them out of a lineup, that's a problem. And when your first and second picks played in France, that's another problem. We have to have access to see these guys play because they're getting all this hype about playing pro ball when they're 16, 17 years old. Like Luca played European pro basketball as a
Hmm.
teenager. We didn't see Luca play that ball.
Right.
Now, if you start to, as an NBA, give us a chance to get a good look at these kids from overseas, then okay, we might become more involved and attached and wanting to see them succeed coming over. Right now, we don't care if any of them play well.
So they tried to do that with Wimby, and I don't think it went as well. I mean, people still like the kid. They know he's talented, super talented, but it's not like the same thing with Caitlin Clark. They pulled Caitlin Clark for the WNBA, hyping it up. It got more eyes on it. Got a hell of a lot more eyes in the WNBA, but it's still like I've heard people who love basketball say the WNBA, they like watching that more than the NBA because it's a little more aggressive. I don't know. Maybe because it's got so many games in the seasons, what it is. We'll see. But they got to figure out something
But
for it to be more relevant for more people to watch it.
But I'm gonna keep it real with you, K Dizzle. I watched the WNBA years ago. Like the WNBA is trying to pretend like all of a sudden now they've got more talent than they've ever had, and that's not
Hey,
true.
true.
Because the WNBA has some real big time ballers back in the early 2000s. Lisa Leslie,
This
Rebecca
Tina
Lobo,
Taurasi, Don Staley.
Cheryl
We can go.
Swoops,
Cheryl Swoops. We can
Cynthia
go.
Cooper, Tina Charles. You know what I'm
We can
saying?
go.
Like all there was ballers in the
Yep.
WNBA. Teresa Weatherspoon, all your
Yep.
coaches that you see on the sideline looking a little old will cook shit.
Yep.
will cook
Cheryl
shit.
Miller.
And will cook.
Cheryl
I'm
Miller
talking
was
about they
balling.
was big. Your
Come
girl from
on, man.
South Carolina,
Yeah.
Dawn Staley, will cook shit.
Don Staley was cooking.
So let's not play like all of a sudden now there's talent in the WNBA. That's not
Right.
true. What it is they're just tired of not getting paid. And what they want to figure out
Yeah.
is how can they get the social media wave just like everybody else, just like
Yeah.
myself. How can we ride social media to get us paid? The NIL is there. Hey man, I appreciate you, Arizona.
Appreciate you. But what
BT on
for the
hold on.
blacks? It is the BET is on right now.
I'm gonna put that on the mute that joke.
Put that on the
I'm about
side.
to record that on Hulu.
Put that on the side.
So yeah,
Yeah,
we
the
gonna talk
blacks
about
on
that.
TV. It depends on which blacks they put on the TV. I ain't gonna hold you with that, which will make it see what it is. I'm gonna mute that too. But all right, so
Boo! Savage said boo for the BET Awards.
I'm gonna ask you an honest question. The honest question is going to be, let me put it up here. Everybody in the chat too. What is, because I'm flipping the title because we've been on the WNBA for a minute. What is next for Tank Davis, bro? Nene's in the building. Shout out to Nene. What's up, sis?
What's next for your boy Tank Davis? They say Lomachenko.
Huh?
Word on the street is Vasily Lomachenko.
Lomachenko?
So another fighter that Tank's not really gonna get any type of you know, what's the word? He's not gonna, I think, win any type of championship. He doesn't. I don't think Lomachenko has a belt anymore. But he's gonna be a person that can really, be another great name under Tank's belt. In the meantime, a quick payday. I mean, he's 36 years old. He's an older champion. He used to be, incredible.
He still
Has
got
some
hands.
has some
Still got
notable
hella
wins.
hands. Has he lost yet?
I mean, his amateur record was one of the most legendary amateur records. He was 396-1.
Mhm.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that man was a killer. Shout out to Killer
So
Mike for winning album of the year, man. Shout out to Killer Mike for just winning album of the year.
who's in the category now? So
Huh?
now we
I
got.
don't know
Now I
who's in
gotta
the
stop all
category. I
this.
know he won
I
it.
done already heard nonsense, man. Had enough Killer Mike to win a Grammy, man. I don't.
What?
There's some politics behind this Killer Mike shit.
Nah, bro. His album was a masterclass.
I gotta listen to
Because
it.
it was so different from everything on the radio. Let's be honest. Okay. Because it was so different from everything else on the radio, I think he stood out. BET always has the worst sound system.
Hey, Sinead, record
You know
that, joint,
what?
please.
You know what's so crazy? The fact that you have audio issues on national television, and you're live, you're Black Entertainment Television. You got all these audio engineers and producers and directors in the freaking crowd. Come on, man. Let's get it together.
I got Killer Mike on mute, but I can tell he preaching right now.
Yeah, he talking some shit.
Everybody.
Talking some hella shit.
I think he's saying he running for president.
Jesus. Look at him. What they doing?
Yeah, he preaching.
Yeah, they registering to vote right now. Every year.
Yeah.
every year they got audio issues, bro.
Sound like they doing the awards at the Echo stage.
Yeah. I like to thank everybody. In the building.
Erica says it's been like this for
Like
a
this for a long
long
time.
time.
I
Only
just
thing
don't
he
get
misses
it,
is
man.
Lil Kim old ass coming out that joint doing her little.
You know what? Ever
dance.
since they put up, I think who performed yesterday? Sexy Red performed yesterday. Is that Donald Glover?
Yeah,
Sexy Red performed yesterday, and I didn't watch it, but I saw it.
that's Donald Glover. That's Donald Glover wearing a cardigan, short sleeve polo,
We're not doing it.
unbuttoned.
We're not doing it. We're not doing that. So we're not cracking. They put up a clip, and everybody was talking about how her performance was trash. My question is very simple. Y'all knew that when y'all put her on stage.
Who performed? Where she perform at?
She performed like they had something the date yesterday. He performed. She performed. Excuse me. He performed. Yeah. Ooh, baby, you buy every. Look, I put this up for the last. Did I put this on the last show?
Yeah, man.
I did.
Y'all gotta stop.
You love that ratchet song.
Oh, Scrappy coming back to Love and Hip Hop. I'm watching it.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
I gotta rock with Scrappy. His mother and Scrappy.
It might as well be on Zeus Network. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. With that other ratchetness. We're not doing that. Why is she everywhere? Why y'all act like y'all know she ain't?
Hey, this Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Shout out to Sexy Red. Come on the show. We talking about you like you trash. Come on the show. Look.
Did you hear what I said? The Love and Hip Hop Atlanta promo. It looks like the Hall of Fame.
Stop.
It's like the Hall of Fame of Love and Hip Hop down there. They got.
Right.
Oh, speaking of Chris Brown, I heard he in Baltimore tonight, man.
He is in Baltimore. 11-11. Sexy Red. Look, she might be on the SCOTUS. No. She a Trump supporter. We can't do that. We can't do that. Turn our lives around. Hold on.
Outside of
Yo,
Beyonce, Chris Brown, and Usher, we don't have any more performers.
let me
Don't hate
say
on
this.
my girl Mary J. Blige.
All right, so let's say this. Let me say this right now. So, because you brought Chris Brown up, and it's been on my mind, it's been on my heart, on my spirit for the past 72 hours. I'm gonna share it. Chris Brown is better than Usher. Okay,
Well,
Chris
we haven't
Brown
even talked about Kendrick
better
Lamar
than
and Drake yet,
Usher.
and
I'm
he
gonna
came
bring
out
that
there.
up, but I
He
just
came out there saying Chris Brown is better than Usher. Go ahead, do your
we've been,
thing.
we've been arguing the all this whole. I think we've been away for too long. Look, Chris Brown is better than Usher. I would take Chris Brown's hits from the last three, maybe 4 years, and put it on Usher's catalog. That's all I'm saying. We can move on that. We will talk about Kendrick Lamar popping out.
Hold on a second. What did you just say about Chris Brown and Usher again?
Chris Brown is better than Usher. Chris Brown's
And what facet? Wah,
every
wah, wah,
facet.
wah.
Every facet. Hold on. We'll get back to that. We'll,
All
we'll,
right.
we'll
So
get back
Chris
to this
Brown.
sidebar.
So
So
Chris Brown. All right. So we're gonna get back to. Let's talk about the
let's talk
elephant in
about
last
let's
week's
talk
room.
about the pop out. Talk about the pop out.
All right. So I'm gonna speak on it. Right.
You are
I
cutting
miss
it.
y'all too. We are cutting up, and we sober. That's the scary part.
That's
We
crazy.
sober dads. They not like us. They not like us. If I hear that shit one more time, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind for one.
Yo,
Okay. And I like more Usher songs too. But let me talk
not
about
tripping. Go
what
ahead.
what
5 times, my guy.
beat his ass
Five
how the body
times.
of God's watching. I'm talking about the pop out for one was what hip
What
hop
about
needed.
that?
What'd you say? What you about? Let's talk about the pop out. The pop
Talk
out
about
for
the pop
one.
out.
The pop out for one was what hip hop needed. Okay, I needed to see somebody stand there and rap and sound well lyrically and spit and go through their catalog. Make it nostalgic. It was great. Period. Again, I haven't felt any of these beef and battle songs. I'm not taking sides here, but me personally, I did not like any of the battle songs that Drake and Kendrick Lamar produced. I thought
No,
it was a nasty battle. I thought it was filled with propaganda. I think Drake, his career is probably over at this point,
it's not. It's
and it
not.
didn't have to be. We gonna, K doesn't trust me. You're
Go
gonna have you're gonna be able to finish. But I think his career is probably over at this point. And it shouldn't have to have been this way. Like Kendrick Lamar took advantage of coming out, like he said. Sometimes you got to pop out. And that's what he did. And he took advantage of it with the hit. DJ Mustard's song, Not Like Us, with that beat, took over this entire battle. It made people take Kendrick Lamar's side. Even if you didn't want to get into the beef, when you hear the song come on at the cookout, it was perfect timing. He played the
Mm,
song 5 or 6 times. People
mm.
who was Drake's friend all of a sudden was crip walking, but Kendrick Lamar, they forgot. They forgot they was from the
It was
six.
ridiculous.
All of a sudden, it's one of those songs that if you got any type of rhythm or spiritual bone in your body, when you hear it come on, if I don't care how mad you are, you're gonna bob your head to that shit.
Bro.
That's why I hate it. Because he crushed Drake.
Bro.
He crushed Aubrey, bro. He crushed him. And I used to be a Drake fan. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I knew when Drake started making that bullshit, and I told Erica,
Yeah.
Erica, K doesn't want me to talk so much, but I missed
No,
you.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I told Erica she loves Drake. Can't do no wrong. He done fucked up now.
Yep. Yep. The problem is this man has a solidified a timeless classic, which is a diss saying in the lyrics that I heard you like I'm young. I heard
A
you better
minor.
not ever come to
Edify.
cell block one.
The edify, the P
A
word.
minor. Yo, people 5 years from now are going to be singing A minor, which is the problem, which is the biggest problem with that. So I don't think he didn't end his career. Drake
Shout
ain't
out to
going back.
MC Light, aging backwards, man. She looks.
Shout out, man. She do everybody. She do all the shows, man.
Yeah.
But look, I heard Drake responded by removing all his diss tracks. Did he remove all his diss tracks?
He should have removed more than the diss tracks. He should have went back and removed a few of his last singles. He should have removed Hotline Bling.
he should have removed Tootsie Slide. Look,
Yeah, man. That shit ain't cool no more.
shout out for J. Cole missing the L, man. Shout out to J. Cole for missing the L.
J. Cole heard Not Like Us, and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and chill this summer.
No,
I'ma
he heard
chill.
Euphoria and was like, yeah, I'm good. Good. What's Taraji doing? I don't know. I swear to God. All right.
Raji out here playing the banjo, man. Looking like
She
Erica
DMV. So I'm
Badu.
gonna let her live. I'm gonna let her live. She DMV. Where does hip hop go from here? And Sinead, I don't care. You like more Usher songs. Chris Brown
Well,
has played
we're gonna have to
every
break that
summer for the
down.
past 6 years. Every summer, past 5, 6 years, there's at least 2 songs Chris Brown has been on that you've partied to.
But so was Usher.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
No, it has not. Use a
Yes, it
lie.
has.
No, it has not.
You'll hear an Usher song and forget that it's Usher, and you cranking it again because it's Usher. It never fails. He's got another song out from like last month that's still on the radio. Let me see.
No, his last song that he put out, Glue, was trash.
No, what's the
Yes,
other
it was.
one? The other one that he's got. Oh, the one good. It ain't good, but
He
it's real
just came
good.
with that. What
That
was the song
song
he did
is
before that?
a banger.
It is a banger. It's with Summer Walker.
I
But
thought
what
that
song
we
is
would
it?
make it one together. Ever.
Please. No. Are they timeless though? Absolutely. Absolutely. When was Usher's last album?
The Johnny
Was
just
it was
did.
Coming Home, right? Did anybody say anything about that album other than Good?
Let's look at R and
I'll
B
wait.
Billboard. Let's look at
I'll
R and
wait.
B Billboard. Let's look at R and B Billboard right
We're
now.
not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this.
Let's look at
We
it.
might just do this. We're not gonna do this. Usher does not have more timeless hits than Chris
Well, when
Brown.
your number one R and B
He's not
song
sleeping
is
on
Million Dollar Baby, you already know the status of R and B. Because I didn't even know that was an R and B song.
Shout out to the home team. They home team though.
They are.
They a home team. Yeah,
Shout out to the
home team. What'd you say? What she say? Name 5 with no features. Then you take good out of the equation. Take good away.
Shanae coming through with facts.
She
Right
coming through hard in the pain. You better.
We're gonna have to set up an episode. We're gonna have to set up a show where we really do a breakdown of Chris Brown versus Usher, because I'm not willing to put Chris Brown over.
You're not willing
Usher
to put that
artist.
Look, I'm going as hard as y'all remember. I will go as hard as on that I did with Busta Rhymes and was it Busta Rhymes and JC?
Just tell me when and where, bro.
I know I'm gonna win this one. I know I'm gonna win this one. But look,
hey Erica, you heard what he said? If you still there, what's good, Darian?
Chris Brown maybe 3 timeless records. Dang, I don't know. Y'all drinking the Kool-Aid, bro.
Yeah, I'm
drinking Kool-Aid. We about to go down the rabbit hole in a minute. Hold on. I can't
believe you said that so confident.
Hold on, bro. We about to go down the rabbit hole. I'm getting upset. Y'all upsetting me. All right. So 2023, sensational.
All of Chris Brown's hits has features.
No, they don't.
In his last 5 years. Man. His last 5 years.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, okay? Because we're not gonna dwell on this the whole damn episode. What's gonna happen? Darian, Nay, all you who naysayers, okay, y'all gonna look at Chris Brown's discography on the last 5 joints he's put out and be like, oh my God, those are hits, those are summer vibes, those are timeless. Where has Usher been?
That's so not true.
I'll wait. Where has Usher been? You know who he been? He was at Vegas playing all his old hits from 2014. It's all right. It's okay. Nobody said anything about his last album, Coming Home. Nobody talked about that in a great way. They was like, oh, it's okay.
And you talking about what was Chris Brown's last album?
Chris Brown's last album was wasn't it hold on. I just looked up singles. His album was 11. Didn't he just drop 11/11? Was that just
11/11?
11/11.
So 11/11 is what Chris Brown dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got
that man got 30 albums, bro. You can't don't fight it. He got 30 albums. You have to be something special to do a successful residency. I've been to the Usher show and I've been to Chris Brown's show when he was on tour doing Indigo, and the Indigo tour show was better than that Usher show.
I heard J-Lo about to get evicted from her residency.
J-Lo about to get evicted from where?
Her residency. I heard that Joe wasn't cranking. I heard it was a little slump.
Oh, Jodeci halfway show up. I heard they half show up on their residency. I shouldn't set the standard too high. Look, but I'm just being honest. I went to the Indigo tour. I took my daughter to the Indigo tour, and I saw Usher while he was in Vegas. Indigo was a better show. And everybody's talking about this 11/11 tour he's doing. He's in Baltimore. This man is doing what Pink doing, swinging from the ceiling and all that. Shout out to Shabuzi, who's on the stage. He just did his thing. He's DMV
Oh, he
native. I
did?
don't know where he
Country
got all the
singer.
country from, but he just did his thing. But
Yeah.
I'm just telling you,
But even Sensational is a feature.
Sensational is a feature.
He's got
His
DeVito
song.
on there and Lil J on there. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not knocking Chris Brown for it, but he got a lot of songs that are composed to make up for the lack of
Call Me
song
Every Day.
substance.
You got the other one, Call Me Every Day. Pull that up.
K
I'm
does
just naming ones off the top of my head, bro. We're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do that.
I don't think you can do this with Usher.
No, we're not gonna do this right now. We gotta deep that. We gotta stay focused.
So we talked
It's been a
about
while.
so we talked about, you know, we dabbled on sports. Obviously, football is coming back around. We'll talk about football next time. The
You
NFL
wanna
is
talk
going
about
to come
football?
back. Huh?
No, you wanna know. I know you want to go ham in it. He only has
Yeah.
two. See, look at Shanae.
See, we're gonna have to
Still
open
going.
this up now.
You're still going with it. Are we gonna go there? Are we doing this?
I'm
Are we doing
surprised you
it?
said it.
Everybody want to talk about Chris Brown versus Usher in the chat? Just type 1. We're gonna stay on this topic. Type 1 in the chat so we can disprove that Usher has more hits, has more timeless hits uh, than Chris Brown. Type 1 in the chat for me, please, Lord, so we can finish this once and for all. We didn't want to go this way the whole time.
Chris Brown or Usher?
Chris Brown or Usher? Type 1 in the chat. You want to keep going? He does not. I promise you. He does not. You got the Twitter fingers going crazy right now. I'm over here looking up joints.
Telling you, man. But see, when you, but see, you
charted songs. See, look at D. Look at D. Watson. D. Watson doing stats while we talking. He had his time, bro. He's had 53 charted songs and 9 number ones. Breezy has had 117 charted songs and 2 number ones. That's double.
This is as bad as Busta Rhymes, bro.
Double. Hey, Usher looking like Busta Rhymes, ain't he?
Chris
Usher
Brown
looking like Busta Rhymes right now?
Nope.
No?
Where's my poll at?
Come on, Rick. Come on, Rick. You go now. You mad at the features? Now you mad at the features? 100 features though. Usher, his most relevant song is a feature with Summer Walker. Name Usher. Usher in the last singles he had, like solo singles for him, was when? Was it the Hard to Love album in 2016?
One of the worst things Chris Brown could have did was squash the beef with Drake. He should have stayed anti-Drake.
He should have stayed anti-Drake.
But you know, he made that song No Guidance. He made No Guidance with Drake.
Bro, you talking Look at Me Now, Go Crazy. I mean,
Loyal was a feature.
Loyal was a feature. Good God. Are we doing this? Did I say? I already said call me every day.
I don't like it.
You don't like that. You don't like that. It's the facts. You don't like the facts. Just leave it. Just leave it alone, y'all. I love Usher. Usher Raymond, I love you, bro. You are a national treasure. But I will say that Chris Brown, over the past 15 years, has outworked the shit out of everybody. There is nobody that has a cat. Chris Brown, it's like MJ and Prince. I'm gonna be honest with you.
My problem with Chris Brown, K Dizzle. I gotta say something now.
Go ahead.
My problem with Chris Brown is that he never had a moment where he had the game in a strangle chokehold. There's never been a moment for me where I can say this album was just like the album of the year. You know, Chris Brown, like you can't even name them, Johnson. That's exactly what I'm saying, Darian. It's good. You know, it's great. It's Chris Brown. He's talented. Mm-hmm. If he can find his pocket with a nice beat and a nice hook, It's gonna go. His performance behind it's gonna go. He's gonna make every song better than what it
Right.
is. That's the thing about Chris Brown. He'll elevate
Mhm.
bad music, in my opinion, or not bad music. He'll elevate probably average music. From a singing standpoint, from a music songwriting standpoint, there's no comparison between Usher and Chris Brown.
Who you got better?
Usher, there's no comparison. I mean, but this is how I'm gonna break this comparison down. Steph Curry can shoot very well, right?
Go ahead.
LeBron can't shoot anywhere near Steph Curry,
Come on, Cam, get your life together. Go
right?
ahead.
Here's how I'm gonna break the analogy down. But I'm taking LeBron over Steph Curry with the essence of his game. And there's just certain things that he's just gonna dominate way more to where even Steph's shooting ability is not gonna make me take Steph over LeBron. So my comparison is that's Chris Brown's performing ability. Would be
Okay.
like the analogy to Steph Curry shooting. Like his performing ability is second to none. You know,
Okay.
you're talking about comparing Chris Brown to Michael Jackson. I can see a
No,
lot of
no, no,
these
no.
kids do that.
No, so I'm saying Usher is MJ.
No,
Got the
but
world by a chokehold, right?
what people are saying is performance wise, K Dizzle, you can compare Chris Brown to Michael Jackson.
Correct.
But when you look at songwriting, music, the fraud over Curry all day in the
Exactly.
paint.
Exactly.
When
That's
you
what he's
when
doing.
you talk about songwriting and you talk about music, K Dizzle, and you
Mhm.
and you're a musician,
Correct.
I can't believe you would take Chris Brown over Usher.
You tripping. You
I
tripping
can't believe I
because
just posted a
if
poll on Instagram.
if I had to, if I was at a party, okay, and I had to pick, let's say 30 songs on each side, 30 songs on each side, Chris Brown's gonna win that.
Here you go now. If you were at a party,
But I had to pick 30 songs from each side. Chris Brown's gonna win that.
you sleeping on Usher,
I'm not sleeping on
bro.
Usher. I'm
Yes,
not.
you are.
Usher has timeless hits. He's got timeless hits because he came from an era, and Chris Brown was right outside of there. He came from an era where he had everybody at his fingertips and was killing the game. So he's got timeless hits. Chris Brown has timeless hits.
Darian Watson said you can't even name them Jones, K Dizzle.
34-year-old me would rather hear "You Got It Bad" versus "Run It" at a party.
I'm telling you. Babyface is definitely in the top when it comes to songwriting and music making. Enough said. That's no question.
Shanae, the fact that you had a party, you had a whole ass party, and want to hear slow jam, "You Got It Bad" overrun it. Let me further note, your ass is old, and you over there half sauced up.
Man, my
You
favorite
got
Chris
it, you got
Brown,
it
my
bad
favorite Chris Brown
the
song
whole time.
is Yo. What's it called? Yo?
You say you looking at
Yo.
so so
My favorite Chris Brown song is Yo, Excuse Me, Miss, bro, of all time. His entire career. And he made that when he was a baby, man.
look, the right DJ will spin that at the right moment. You absolutely right. But not at no party. That's the wind down. But you got everybody singing random ass songs at the end of the night. But ain't nobody playing in the middle of a party. You Got It Bad overrunning. Now we could be playing all current music and then play Run It. Or you could be playing all current music and then play Yeah by Usher and Lil Jon, and both of them would crank.
You
Both of
can
them would
still
crank.
play Love in This Club with Usher.
Yeah, you can still play both of those.
You can
Still
still
play
play You Don't Have to Call by Usher.
what I am trying.
Situations.
But what I'm trying to say is in a versus, Chris Brown got that.
All right,
We'll,
so look,
we'll get there. We'll get there.
we're gonna
Gentlemen,
do a Chris Brown versus Usher versus for the All Dressed Up podcast next episode. We spent enough
we're gonna
time
settle
on
the
it today.
debate. We're gonna settle the debate. We're
So
gonna find all the Usher stands and all the Chris Brown stands, come out of the closet and just lay it out.
we want everybody to come out here next episode and wave your Chris Brown or Usher flag because I'm gonna need somebody to obviously convince K Dizzle that this is a crazy argument because it's the same thing you did with Busta Rhymes and Jay, and that took
Not
like
convinced.
3 minutes.
You're not convincing me.
That versus took 3 minutes. K Dizzle ended that versus in laughter. And he was like, yeah, what's
That
that
was
Homer
the epic
Simpson
fail.
meme when he goes back in the bushes?
I don't know what I was on when I was talking that talk. I have no idea, no clue. I learned early and often. So look, man, we spent the whole damn episode talking about that. I want to go in a deep dive, but it's probably going to be short. It's going to be really short. So I'm gonna ask these questions to you guys. Let me do this here.
What is this girl wearing?
I don't know what you were.
She is wearing some
Who's she
very,
with? Who that?
I don't
Who
know.
is that?
She looked like the
I'm sorry, y'all. BET. For those who are listening back, you got the BET Awards on the side. We're trying to figure out who the heck is wearing what.
that's Mustard though. That's DJ Mustard.
Yeah, must have on a beat though. All right. So quick deep dive. Who's Beyonce, Coco Jones? Who going against Beyonce?
Beyonce, best R&B, Coco Jones.
Doja Cat been cooking though. I ain't even gonna hold you. All right,
This year Doja Cat got, but she went pop.
but she been cooking. All right,
She went
so
pop, man. R&B ain't the same. I've been saying that.
quick question to the chat. Quick question to the chat. Deep dive. What are some things that happen to you? That is so spell wrong. Some things that happen to you when you get older that no one tells you.
Mm.
Okay. 301-857-1757. I was having, what were we talking about when we were saying this? I can't even remember. But what are some of the things that happen to you when you get older that no one tells you? You only figure out that when you get older. Have answer that question.
Don't nobody give a fuck about what you got to say. Don't nobody give a fuck about your opinion when you old, man. Get the fuck out my way. Get your old ass out my way. Is what these youngins are doing. Even the babies, man, they don't care.
So and nobody cares. Nobody really cares about you. Is that what you're saying? Nobody really cares about what you're doing. There ain't nobody really watching you like that.
They're not
That's
caring
something that
about.
happens to you when you get older that nobody tells you.
Man, I think they don't care about us more than we didn't care about the elders we had growing up.
So I did a poll. I did this poll. Let me go back to it. I did this poll. And I think the main thing that came up when I asked this question consistently was here it is. Hold on.
Man, this dude Drewski, man, really gotta be appreciative of where he is.
Wow. It's wild. Bills never stop coming. Your body starts making crackling sounds and your patience is super thin. Nobody told me I would get tired of cooking and feeding myself. That's fair. You thought you was gonna cook for the rest of your life, save you some money and all that other good stuff. Everybody buying food, but you out here cooking. Now you mad. You don't even want to cook no more.
Mm.
You just starting too. That baby young. You gonna be cooking for a minute. So
She's talking about cooking and feeding herself.
it took cooking and feeding herself.
She tired of cooking and eating her own food.
So the question is, what are some things happen to you when you get older and nobody tells you? Somebody said sleep wrong, you might end up in urgent care the next morning.
Or don't get enough sleep, you end up in
Don't get
urgent
enough
care.
sleep. The aches start at 40 and your patience for humans get thinner and thinner. We talk about this a lot. I think when you get close, the closer you get to your 40s, or when you hit your 40s, the age of no F's given just like blossoms in your spirit. Like you said, you really don't care about what the world thinks about you and how you live your life. Your knees going to pop walking up the steps.
A lot
Yes,
of
you
old
know,
heads, have
hardly.
have a new sound that they make every time they get up.
Yeah, you start making random moans and groans whenever you get up a certain height.
That get up.
Yeah,
That
that's true.
get up. Who was just saying
My man said they told us we were free and we believed them.
that? Oh, your girl performing right now. Lotto.
Who?
Lotto.
Lotto? Oh no. Bills never stop.
But yeah, man, being old, man,
Being old is
and
hard.
nobody told you that you don't get to automatically retire. Just because you get to a certain age, you don't just get to say, all right, I'm done now. You have to set yourself up because I'm gonna tell you firsthand, you just can't, stop working because you've worked for 20 years if you don't have the right savings, the right 401ks, the right
Mhm.
dividends, and the right portfolio. If you don't got the plan, you better plan now. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I don't care if you're making tons of money, living your life at 22, 23, because there's a lot of young people out here getting money. I'm gonna be honest
Mhm.
with you, and I like it. I really do. That's one thing I don't. I've never hated on anybody getting money and being successful. That's just something I don't have in my bone, in my blood.
Mhm.
But you gotta find things to do with your money. Like
Correct.
that's my biggest thing, man. Not to take it to the side and make it a boring conversation, but make sure when you get older, you put something aside, or you're gonna still have to keep that hustle and grind up. You're not gonna just be able to have that sense of entitlement like I like to have and say, you know what, Kate Dizzle, I've been working for 20 years. I'm taking off.
Don't wait till you get older to put it aside. We forget that. We don't, like you said, they don't tell you that you can retire automatically at, in 20 years. One thing they don't figure out, let's say when we were younger, we thought our folks had shit figured out. I'll be 40 this year, and now I realize they didn't. They were doing it just like we are.
Exactly.
So one of the things
But
that
before you even go, okay, but their
oh, no.
situation is different because they ain't have social media to see everybody else's shit. So you really thought that they did have that shit together.
So the only thing they had what was in front of them and what was taught to them. So with the advent, like you said, of more information and more knowledge,
That
we
was
should
funny.
we should be smarter about the moves we make. When we are all younger, we are in our early teens or we closer to adulthood. We all want to rush to get out there and do our own thing and be our own boss and have our own stuff. Nothing, but no one ever tells you that once you get out there and you start generating bills, they never stop, even after you die.
AK does
So
AK does you ain't lying about that. And when I read Darian's comment, it made me think like when I was young and walked out of the room, my mother, like maybe my, elders would have been like, man, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. And we walk out thinking they got everything under control. They probably was like, whew, I don't know where the fuck I'm getting the rent from this week.
oh man. So it's one of those things, bro, where you realize that um a lot of the information you only learn as you get older. And it's unfortunate. So you gotta find them people you can lean on so they can set you up so you don't have to be in that same situation. Because that information isn't readily available. Why? Because our parents didn't have it, so it wasn't readily available to us. And they didn't have it growing up, so they couldn't give it to us. And so now it's up to us to figure it out and give it to the next group.
Yeah.
So you know, finances, budgeting. They don't teach this stuff in school on purpose because they want to keep you. They want to keep you indebted to society. They just do. They don't teach you. Making your money work for you, life insurance, all that other stuff. You got to go figure it out. And when you're in your early 20s, you don't even think about this shit. You only think about it when you get to the age where you like, all right, I don't want to work the rest of my life. How much longer I got to go?
Right.
And then you start plotting, looking at your money
Yeah,
and trying to figure it out.
what you think about this, K Dizzle?
Right.
Do you think we did more for our parents than the kids do for their parents now? Or for like older people? Like I think one thing to answer your question, like things people didn't tell me as I got older is that like, your kids don't really owe you nothing. And I got
Mhm.
young kids, but I be seeing and hearing a lot of older parents and like even like, I'm not even gonna say names to be honest with you. But like, you'll hear the complaints like, oh, they ain't shit. Or
Mhm.
my daughter ain't do this for me. Or my son
Mhm.
ain't do this for me. And it's almost like, we would be more indebted to our parents growing up, I think, than the generation is now. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. I remember a few episodes we were talking and we were thinking about like, do you owe your parents anything? And I think
Right.
drunk was in the chat and he was like, man, nah. But I think that's another thing too. As you get older, you expect people to, I think, look out for you and kind of like make you feel like you don't have to do as much, and that's not necessarily true either. You still got to be on top of your game.
The problem is a lot of parents. Um, One, if they don't have the knowledge and information to give their kids, it's because they don't have it themselves. And so when as they get older, they kind of set themselves up for that dependency. right? And now they make you feel some of them put a guilt trip on you, like now you're forced to take care of them now because now they retired and Social Security only you can pay the light bill. They're gonna need help on a consistent basis, and they set themselves up for that dependency. And so now they become a burden on their kids and their kids' kids. Um, it's hard. That's why drunk, and a lot of people believe, look, I don't owe you that. I tell my kids all the time, if I get too old to the point where and it's taking too much of your time, put me in a home.
Yeah,
Go live. Go
yeah.
live and put me in a home. Enjoy your life and come visit me. Because I've served my time and hopefully I've done the things so that I won't be a hindrance or I won't be a bill that you have to pay for, in addition to trying to raise your family and raise your kids.
But another thing K does, a lot of people just expect things, man. Culturally there's a big difference on how we treat our elders. I agree, Shanae. And a lot of times people have this again sense of entitlement. You expect because you're at a certain age, things are supposed to go a certain way. And that's my biggest thing is like I'm not in the perfect position of where I want to be at, and I'm 38 years old. Like I'm still working
Mhm.
every day. And you really have to, you know, show that level of of not necessarily patience, but just have your plan, stay on track because shit's just not gonna happen because you're 40 years old. That's another
Yep.
thing. Like it's not just gonna happen. Like a house is not gonna buy itself because you're 40. Like right
Right.
now, me and my girl, we're talking about buying a home and investing and
Mhm.
growing. And where have we been after 5 years of a relationship? And time goes by fast.
Yeah. As you get you
Time
figured
goes
that
by
out.
fast, and I'm one you laughing because I used to always play on me being younger than you and me being
Yep.
younger than a lot of my friends because I was a younger guy in those work circles. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? For people listening and who's following us. Like I was always in my 20s, and a lot of the other guys that I worked and hung out with were in their 30s, you know what I'm saying, 40s. And life can pass you by. And if you don't have a plan, Erica and Kate Dizzle and everybody listening and watching, you can look up and be like, man, 10 years went by. I'm
Mhm.
still here. I'm still doing this. And that might be a slap in the face. Like, you got to really think about where you want to be by the time you turn 40. Because 50 is
Well,
right around the corner.
you gotta plan. I know we taking a left, but you gotta plan. And the only way things happen, we talk about a lot of stuff. We say we want to do these things, but for me, reason why I'm in the position I am is because I stopped talking about it and I put a plan in place to get there. Yeah, the housing market is crazy, but the housing market ain't going to change overnight.
Exactly.
So if you got a plan to get in it now where it's affordable for you, even though it may not be all that you want, but you can get in it and get into the home ownership experience, then put the plan in place. Say, hey, I want to save this amount of money in a year or 2 years. I want to work on my credit to get it this level so that I can put myself in the position to do it. Because if we don't, we keep talking about it. Like you said, time gets away from you and
Mhm.
anything can happen. You can get sick unexpectedly or lose a job. You got to prepare for anything and everything. And you got to set yourself up. You have to plan. You have to be specific about what you want, and you have to put the guardrails in place to stay on that plan, stick to it, and watch it develop and see it to the finish.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it will not happen. So you gotta figure out what it is you really want. Don't
That's
stop talking about it.
that's
Say
when
you're going to do this and do it.
that's when you
Say
have those moments you call blurs.
Mhm.
Like it was a blur. I don't know if anybody else had that, but like I've had times in my life where I look back and I was so head down going through whatever I was going through. That point in my life was a blur to me. And what that means is I really wasn't in the moment. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Like I was going through the motions and I looked up and I was grinding for 6 or 7 years.
Yep.
And I would do the same things to condition myself to stay in that grind so I can still keep running and keep going. But I missed a lot of places. I missed a lot of events. I missed a lot of things to do. And that's the thing. Like, right now, my life's changing. I'm 38. I have two daughters. We both have families and we got to work. we gotta generate income and be the quote unquote man of our house. You know what I'm saying? And take care of our family at this age. But it's like you can't sit there and I think sacrifice as much as you will be able to sacrifice when you were 20 at 50.
Correct. Correct.
You know, like I was able to look back and see all the things I did as far as just wasting some time to where now you don't want to waste that time. Like, I don't want to look up and have another blur again to where I'm like, damn, Nova's already 10.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I want to enjoy three, four, five, six,
Right.
7, 8, 9, 10.
And that's just getting older and your priorities changing. And so now you're putting value on what's important to you and making sure that you're not only just you're present, but you're there for the memories in the moment. So now you got to be very conscientious of your time. Like as we
Mm,
only figure out what we get those blurs when we look back. That was my whole 20s and 30s, bro.
right.
Whatever. So I can literally remember years on going out looking at homes over and over, saying, "Yeah, this is what I want to do," or looking at that home, looking at that home. But I never had a plan in place. I was just grinding. I was still working from month to month, trying to figure it out, and trying to make it until I stopped, paused, and said, "All right, this is what I really want to do." Put a
Right.
plan in place. If I know I need to get there, this is where I need to be here. This is how much I need to save, and this is how fast I can get there based on what I have right now. And so I was very intentional in what I did in order to get there. And so you don't learn those things, unfortunately, until you get older, until you make a decision, make the honest decision with yourself that you really want to change. Same thing with exercise, bro. Same thing with anything in life. You don't lose a stomach until you decide to do some push-ups, or you decide to put some sit-ups or some crunches, and you only lose it when you really get tired of it.
But
You only lose it
our
when you really.
average viewer is probably like 35 to 40 years old, right?
Yep.
For the young people watching that they come across our videos, I was told the same thing that you get told every day when I was your
Mhm.
age. I was told if I knew what you knew when I was 20, I'd be a millionaire by 40 years old. I was told that by 40 years old all the time because I was blessed to, again, work with some real successful people when I was young and they were a little older, so they had more live experience. You know what I'm saying? But it's so true, as cliche as it sounds, take advantage of that time. You know what I mean? But it happens like the thing about people that I realized, especially men, like with us, we tend to take on things or do things when we're ready to do it,
Yep.
And it doesn't even, and look, Darian says it took us 10 years, but the plan was in place. A slow burn and the universe is just fine. Darian's coming
Absolutely.
through with some gems right now. And
Absolutely.
and Jay-Z's always saying it too. Like it might take you a different amount of time than it takes the next person to accomplish
Yep.
that same goal. But as long as you have a plan or if you have a direction or a map, that ship's gonna make it no matter how fast that ship's going, right?
100%.
So I
Well
just think
said.
that ultimately you don't want to rush something or not have a plan, but you also don't want to look back and have any regrets. Yeah, you could be 50 and still not buy a house, or you could be 40 and still work on your degree, and you can change your career, at any given moment. But just make sure when you make those decisions, don't jump out the window and lose yourself in the process.
No, I'm different. I'm all about jumping out the window because if that's what you want to do, do it.
Okay.
Do it until you fall flat on your face and keep rolling. Because here's the thing: my life ain't your life ain't my life, and you don't, like we said, as we get older, you don't. Nobody, figure it out that nobody cares about what I'm really doing.
And life gonna keep
Nobody,
going on.
it doesn't really matter. So, what, like my man said, 10 years, 5 years, 12 years, 20 years. Just get it done. And there's not a race. It's not a race. Stop looking next door. Stop looking at somebody else. Celebrate everybody's wins while you're on the way to your victory. Keep running. And so, there's the only thing that matters is your happiness and how you live your life and make sure you fulfill it at the end of the day. Because they don't care. When we dead and gone, they don't give a damn rat's ass. They're gonna put you
Receipt
on a
gets filled,
t-shirt.
man. You get
They're gonna
replaced.
put you on a t-shirt, and then they're gonna say happy birthday to you since you've been gone arbitrarily on your Facebook page for the next 3 years. They were like, "Ooh, he been gone for a minute." I've been saying happy birthday to him for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
So just continue just to run your race and don't think about anybody else. I don't know who this dude is on there. I know I made a face earlier. I apologize, but I saw a big burly dude in a dress on BET.
Nah, your
BET.
boy Saucy Santana, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's Tyler. Okay, that's Tyler in
Oh,
there.
Tyler coming through with the dances in the tiger position.
Yeah. Fail forward. Shanae says it best. Fail forward. Okay. I know you falling forward on that Usher knife. We're gonna talk about that later. But right, let's wrap this up, man, because she ain't got. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it, man. Tell him we always speaking the truth. What up, Nate? Nate coming late as all ever. He spent 3 months in Jamaica. Now he come back talking about Ragwan.
I'm trying to be like Nate. I'm trying to go to Jamaica. That's my damn self. But that's another thing, man. Seeing everybody else, with their grind, whatever path is yours, man. Just hit it, man. Hit it running. I wish everybody great success, man. We on every platform possible. It's a podcast. Yeah. We everywhere. Anywhere you can find your podcast, K Dizzle pays the bill, so it's gonna be there. I don't got that. So there's a website that centralizes our podcast bill that keeps us on every platform, right? And sometimes I get the email and I'm like, "Hey, K Dizzle, you gotta make that payment, bro." But we everywhere, man. Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Twitch, iTunes. Email us at alldressedupodcast@gmail.com. We're gonna be getting some more guests again. We're gonna be getting more active. Life's just been life, but you're gonna see some more guests. We're gonna be promoting some more businesses. K Dizzle DC is everywhere. Hef Streams is everywhere. The Climb Back series is on YouTube. We got more episodes coming. Like K Dizzle said, the time isn't the issue. It's the journey, man. And y'all been rocking with us for a while. We're gonna keep it going.
Shout out to the new Bad Boys movie, man. Shout out to DJ Khaled getting burnt and
that shit was hilarious.
Shout out to him getting burnt up and hit by a truck. That was the best part of the movie. Man, look, we love y'all. We may see what we're gonna do next week. We might do next week.
You know what, man? We need to do next week, man. I'm back.
We need to do next week. We'll do next week, man. We love y'all. Thank y'all for showing up, man. We appreciate y'all.
You know, and I know, and they know, 'cause we know.